It's a full squad. You talk about stability, but for G2, we need to give him to sink in. But yeah, I completely agree with you, and we saw it in our own region, the way that they adapted to the game and they adapted their game. They're like, maybe this is not the way that we are supposed to play. Maybe we can do better if we look at it and from any other perspective. And the performance was great, and even though they didn't get that top seed against FPX, they got it because they couldn't make it. So let's see if actually they can take advantage of all the space that they've been given.
Yeah, and speaking of G2, I know, Bren, you and Sideshow actually had an opportunity to sit down with Mixwell and nukkye for a quick interview. Let's take a look at that now.
Thank you very much, Death Crew. Yes, another interview. Me and Josh here, joined by two lovely gentlemen here from the G2 roster, Mixwell and nukkye. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, as well. And I want to jump straight into this with a question that is, I don't know if this is going to come across as awkward or what, but I want to dive into this kind of chaos that your roster and your team has been under like these past few weeks and stuff, right? Because obviously the kind of the default roster is chopped and changed around. You're now on the roster full time. Mixwell is like the stationary player, and I just wanna know what's it been like. Obviously now you've got that stability in your roster, but how did you fix that kind of stability coming into this event, or just into the lead up into VCT stage 1?
I think nukkye should answer.
When does it really start? I'm waiting for it to start, man.
I guess we're just playing.
While we wait, let's.
We did so many changes. It's like you need to get used to a different player every single time.
I don't know.
It's like somebody.
Oh my god, watch my stream.
Different values to the team. So it was just constantly getting used to those different values in the team. Like what can you bring? Can you firepower, communication, and you have to move them around the game. Just find like the sweet spot for them, and then
Valorant related, because y'all did come here for Valorant,
like the first one, and then we brought them back.
While we wait, let's just watch.
We already knew his values, so it was a lot easier for us to just
y'all know,
okay, we have to do this, this, and everything was fine.
Y'all at least
that's just more than you.
Dude, two boat! Holy fuck! One more lane.
One lane. Is freaking push.
What the
just
fuck?
not
JR?
wife. That's the freaking name of that, and it's supposed to be clickbait, but then not exactly a clickbait, I guess. I don't really know. If you're a Pewdiepie, click here. I'm not a Pewdiepie. I can't click there, can I know? I'm not supposed to click there. Do they stop?
Like, finally you can play and do really good plays, because last year I felt like operator players and jet players had a lot of advantage because the PCs were really bad, but this year got
you can track
this is
what like dashing and your PS just drops. And you're like
now I'm gonna enjoy it much more.
Yeah,
this
and
is
also not playing Kyedae.
I mean, I'm playing it, but chamber is also like a
oh yeah, sure, I meant because of the chamber play.
nukkye, you've also picked up the IGL role for the team, right?
Yeah.
And that, listen, I've seen that story happen many times where a star player on the team, they're like, okay, the team's in chaos. I know that I'm good.
That was my decision. That was not my decision.
Okay, so talk me through some of the thought process behind it, because a lot of the time it ends up failing. There's teams where star
ooh,
players
yeah,
take the
baby,
IGL,
this is what I've
it
been
doesn't
waiting
work
for.
because
This is what it's all about.
You've
Without doing
figured out a system. I mean, whether it came from you or whether it came from
let's watch it. Let's just go somewhere else. Don't hack into my computer, I'm just saying. Oh my god, I don't want to get freaking copyright claims on me, so I don't want to do that. Let me just watch what you wanna watch some competition. This is not actually mukbang, this is different. This is where he has to eat a set amount of food in a set amount of time, which basically makes him a really big YouTuber. I mean, it's got 16 million views, right? And he's like a professional leader. I don't really know what I'm gonna watch. Finding the value of Pokimane cards. I'm 6'2", and she's 5'6". I'm short, man. I'm short. Let's just say that. Let me not tell you my height, but I'm short. That's it. Calculate it like you do it for popular YouTubers. And You owe me a bit. Happy, I guess, at least. I mean, you watching this video is making me happy. That's how happy I'm about it. My bit, man.
There's been some changes on the team.
I can't hear nothing with the fucking heavy rainfall.
You're now
Let
the
me
number 1
just
seed in the EMEA.
do
Unfortunate situation for FBX, but you guys are the number 1 seed coming out of the EMEA. What makes this G2 the one to lift the trophy here?
I would say adaptability and having 5 players with a lot of firepower. We have more firepower than the previous roster with this one. There's like no really like...
The conquest becomes...
When you get to the venue, you need to sit in the front seat on the shuttle.
So this was about Sentinel, the one with TENNS, Shazam and all, you know, sick and all. That's how they won. They won the last time Valorant World Champions. This is
Have your credentials on? Yeah, so credentials on. Yeah, credentials on.
I think we're gonna go play the match. Who are you playing against? I'm feeling alright. I think we're playing Fnatic. We're playing Fnatic. What? I think we're one of those European teams.
I think I watched that. I don't really remember. Did I?
And are in it to win it for the title of VCT Masters Champion.
Yeah.
All right, so you have 20 seconds for...
In Iceland and are in it to win it for the title of VCT Masters Champion.
We banned mine, they picked Icebox first. We picked Haven, and then I sent as the last map. I knew it was going to be these 3 maps, but I'm surprised by the order. I didn't expect them to pick Icebox. But I think they didn't want to pick Haven because it's a good map for both of us. People think our
how you feeling? How am I feeling? We're gonna play our match soon. I've been waiting. It felt like Christmas morning to me, where I couldn't sleep, and then I'm just waiting for Christmas and Santa to come. So basically the same thing. Waiting for the matches.
Sentinels will be taking on Fnatic, a matchup just as anticipated as the one we just saw between version 1 and Team Liquid.
I think Sentinels will, really don't know.
Plug it in.
I say at least 10 minutes. Yeah. Take apart the case and resolder that and get a new one. No, I mean just give up on it. It's fine. I'll see the
This is our best bet is for him to use another keyboard and just get used to it.
Yeah, maybe that.
That I brought with me at the hotel.
The keyboard?
Yeah, Debra said he prefers that one. So I'm gonna talk to them and see if I can bring it from the hotel right now.
Oh no, 100% they'll let you.
Something really bad always happens at the beginning of, before something great starts.
Use their shit to get me control.
It's just calm before the storm, but this time it's the bad before. Calm before the storm, yeah, that
They
was.
finish B most of the time, and if they finish A, it's
the
so
bad
road,
before the
it's
bad.
shitty stage wall playing. Like we have to just melt the wall.
Alright folks, well, the time has arrived. Our
calm to storm, calm and calm to storm to bad and frick.
final
Let's
matchup of the day. Sentinel facing off against Fnatic. Another NA versus EU showdown.
God,
and we have 2
guy is
great
freaking
casters
hyped
guiding you
up.
through the action. It's DDK and Rivington.
And Fnatic have this backside control mostly still to play with, so that's a good omen for them. But somcs is up close and personal with respect to running out of bullets though, and the trades keep on coming through. Fnatic still with a chance here, but tenz is making it impossible. Fantastic finish from him.
And now Sentinels make their move on the post plant. Mystic has got a lot going for him, but this is a tall task.
Certainly is. Mystic making his way forward to see what he can get done here. Well, not too much.
Go garage.
I'm not sure from B at this point.
Up long C and Astra wall, and then they peek garage at the same time.
We'll see what else tenz can find here as he looms above, ever dangerous. Doma takes down absolutely everybody except tenz. Can he find him? No, tenz from above, able to take down Doma, the last player standing.
They have to draw fake control here. Oh, he does it. They come in. So Boaster says, go off my plays. Go off these orbs. We have to be able to hit them and figure out where some are. So now Boaster gets that sentry information to where the players are.
Now peek off Mike. Mike hold an angle and some peek off Mike.
Good job.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Wow. Fnatic in the upper bracket, 2-0, but it wasn't anything except a very, very close series. This could have gone absolutely either way, Riv. This was so damn close.
Hey, I'll keep this really short, but we just got
Under kind of start 30 seconds. I'll let me watch. 30 seconds.
We just got done with the Fnatic game. We 2-0'd them.
Tenz, let's go.
I guess the rest of us are really happy, and I'd say we're feeling really confident on land now. I already know that this performance will continue throughout the tourney. All right, so we got some more matches tomorrow. Playing against Vikings.
One more game to end our broadcast as the mighty Sentinels will take on Brazil's team Vikings.
We're about to play Vikings. First map's Icebox. We were gonna pick Icebox, but they did, so they must be confident on it. The comp they're running is a little old meta, it feels like. The concern is that obviously they're running like how we used to play it, with like hyper aggressive Januaries, so just have to watch out for it.
Yeah, they started. Sorry, the conquer.
Ooh, Neon is having her nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, this is how my life feels like a Kuka when I play against the Neon in solo queue.
I mean, it feels like she's losing, control over her power. Maybe it's taking over her, but we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like it's a reflection of when I'm playing with Josh on the. He's not doing anything most of the time, and he always locks it. He always locks it, and he thinks he's doing stuff. No, it's just it's a faster way for him to feed into the enemy.
I've been on the receiving end of that. To be fair, we did play a custom.
That's true.
You did lose, but speaking of losing, we put out a poll.
Man, that girl freaking crashed
Earlier,
out.
a little bit to ask you guys at home which team you're most excited to see here at the playoff stage. And yeah, wouldn't you know, Loud, they won.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised,
No
to be honest.
surprises.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Brazilian fans out there, a lot of Loud fans, and actually, I can see the expectation because the guard, even though they're coming from an A, we kind of expect what can come out of them. But
Yeah.
Loud is.
Well, if you saw group stage, was exciting things about to ramp up to the next level. Without further ado, let's kick off the playoff stage of Masters Reykjavik.
That is.
What are you?
What is it? That's supposed to be the VCT. No. Yeah. Oh. Nice animation. Like the amount of time that goes into it is something that most people don't know. I mean, even I don't know. I think it takes a lot. Because like, think about it, animations are like the one that works the most and stuff like that, they work days, maybe weeks just for a 5-minute long clip. Maybe minutes? I think it's at least more than that. Depending on the clip, I guess. Something like this probably takes a lot. I mean, one scene you have to draw all of it. Think about it. That's gonna be freaking hard, man. I couldn't draw this one. Like pause it, I couldn't draw this one in like how much? I don't know, days. I'm gonna finish drawing this in one freaking day or something like that, and then it's gonna be worse than this, way worse. Think about it. That's how bad of a painter I am. I'm supposed to be an architect, sister. I'm supposed to be good enough. Good enough.
Aku takut hantu. Tapi sekarang aku jadi hantu.
What's this now? Twitch. No the sick gonna come here and be like, I used to be afraid of getting sick. Now I'm sick. What?
And now we're coming for you.
Do not underestimate me. My team. We are your nightmare.
Every day, I will become stronger as you become weaker.
Hoy me tendrás miedo.
I want to type something. Train.
Y pronto el mundo nos tendrá miedo.
Some train fans. When you talk to him.
My greatest fear is to come this far and lose.
After your pizza sauce.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you? Welcome back. Did you play on this side previously?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember your spots and you remember the whole walkout. We'll do it exactly the same as we did before. Okay, great. We don't need to walk through it again then. You guys have anything cool planned? Any moves, any dances?
You're gonna walk out.
We're
saving that for the fun.
That's a good plan. I like that. And
You just go out down.
Down here at Masters 2, and the fans have spoken, and 62% say that Sentinels will walk away with the win. 62%, quite interesting.
I think this is going to be a very brawly series, but I gotta go with my boys over at Sentinels.
All right, Paper Thin, what about for you?
Well, I'm 0-2, so I've gone from balding to balding, but I'm picking the Sentinels this time around.
And we're straight into it. This is map 1 between Sentinels and Vikings. Best of 3 here. Damn. Oh, over the top. He gets 2. Shazam again. He did it yesterday. And here he is once more with the knives causing problems. Still more players to go. Shazam, he wants every last one through the toxic screen. There's the first battle. Six going to win it. Huge. The Zoms with the lineups ready to go. Sassy. Oh, no. Both players running out of bullets. And it's going to be Sentinels that get the better of that one. 12-5 as they are yet to drop around in this half.
They haven't played TENNN yet on this map. They have a beast strat, so we'll
Just screws up the every freaking game. That's how
After holds C and Cypher.
I think about it. Do we just because of the freaking unrated or a ranked game? No, we don't. That's the difference between pros and our players.
Sure. I really think we stick to the same game plan. We'll know if they're defaulting it.
That's the difference between tournaments and normal games. I guess we don't really give all tournaments. You gotta be like warm up, stuff like that.
So let's see if Vikings can turn this thing around.
But let's see if they have something else prepared here as we get into map 2. Vikings versus Sentinels. Six gonna go through, the Cosmic Divide's in. Sick over the top of Lock, able to take down GTN. And that's now the Spike carrier killed. Sick is doing all kinds of shenanigans here on the site.
If they use that much, then they don't have too much to take the site over, and tenz continues to go to work.
And it just doesn't stop here. Sentinels, another Prime Gaming flawless for them. It's been so many in this half. It's gonna be a reposition as well. Just so many issues. Oh no. Very unfortunate for Vikings, but that's going to be a wrap in this series. Sentinels are going to clinch it. 13-6, not quite as competitive as the first map, Icebox, but still, overall, I think a good showing from Vikings. Sentinels are still the team to beat in this upper bracket.
What's your opinion on new turn?
New turn?
They start and then just no, they don't. They are gonna start. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's that? ZETA defeating G2 esports.
Now, will this be the next chapter of the ZETA Cinderella story, or are G2 about to make EMEA fans proud? Whatever happens, guys, here, I just want to see 3 maps. I feel like we deserve
an icebox. We don't only deserve 3 maps. I want to see that icebox between these 2 teams. I want everybody on top of their game today. I want to see...
Yeah, true. Like, people like it that way. Everybody likes that.
Changes maybe in the side of G2, not making things that obvious, and I really want to see how they play against the Astra. That for sure Sugar is going to win.
Yeah, I'm super curious as to how it's going to I mean, obviously we all want to see the 3rd maps as well, especially with ZETA Division. They've been making adjustments when they got clapped at DRX. They came back and incorporated a lot of the stuff that DRX was using against them in their own Icebox gameplay. I am just I'm a little bit worried for them, honestly, with the kind of the way the early map ball shakes out. But this is a team that's been constantly improving. We are heading to split. It's a map that, you know, they have had a lot of time to be able to work on some of the stuff that was going wrong for them, but still they have had an even.
I mean, on the other side, as we head into the Prime Gaming Agents Select ZETA, they haven't had much time to prep for G2.
Yeah,
so they're not going to be changing anything.
Let's say it like that. They were playing just yesterday. So let's see if we have any surprises. I would be surprised if AvovA decides to keep going for that Brimstone. I think especially we saw it on Optic when Marv decided to go for the Omen, and I just think AvovA is such a great Omen that it would be, you know, something that I want to see here.
We also get treated right off the bat to the nukkye raise. I think this is what every fan wants to see. And yeah, AvovA's back to the agent that actually made him famous in EMEA.
Yeah, exactly.
I really love this on Split as well, because there are so many cool one-ways you can do. It gives you massive control over like some of the extremities and Split. I think it's a really good adjustment.
Yeah, I want to see Meddo also on Bridge, you know, expanding his hero agent pool to the mats. I think this is a very good one. I think that AvovA has always been, and we know that the one-ways on this map are crucial. I want to see if they remember how it was playing against that double control.
Yeah, I can't wait to see if we see any new one-ways as well, because AvovA always loves bringing those. And for now, I'm going to pass this over to your casters for the first series. It's Pansy and Hypok.
Yeah, thank you so much, and honestly, what a series in front of us. Now there's prospects galore that we can explore with ZETA, right? Like the fairy tale story is something we can't ignore, but it's the first time we're seeing G2, so let's kind of roll it into that to start with. Let's kind of feet on the ground and let's see where we go. But your expectations, because obviously we've seen a great deal of EMEA broadcasts, we've seen them firsthand find this new form that's really caught our eye.
Well, you say new form. I feel like this is like the 4th time we've been there. I'm glad actually Brendan brought it up. It's sort of that kind of honeymoon period, and we've been scorned before.
We haven't heard the past.
But the question is, does it translate, right? They've had a fantastic run to get here. I don't think really anybody can take anything away. I mean, I was saying a couple of weeks ago, mixwell has been on one of the best redemption arcs in terms of returning to this roster. This is the next step. This has to be the next achievement.
And I do want to eventually lean on that AvovA choice coming in, but I do like seeing mixwell, leaning in towards Chamber, something that really looks to suit him. However, we dive into the map, and we look towards ZETA, who are on the attacking side to kick things off on the split, and of course that means that G2 will be on the defense. The first blood is drawn straight away. Already Nukkye's gone down, and the site's already under contest. Now there's one left there. It's via AvovA, someone that we do want to talk about, especially on this Omen. And he's managed to stand his ground. Now outnumbered, but not quite outgunned just yet. There we go. Finally overwhelmed with a double swing on the pillar. And it looks like this should be under wraps. It's still heavily contested though.
Crow very low. Dep's trying to contest some of this pressure coming through from heaven.
Spike planted.
Hoody not actually able to catch down. Sometimes it's a 2v3 though, but if they can find this freebie on the way in, it might be doable here for G2.
They're so close to pillar though, they could potentially swing off contact. But again, it's looking hard to try and break through. They isolate when they do. Okay, there's the flash, no swing, no punish. There's still a chance in this 2v2, but time still click. Oh, right click! Galore, the swing out from Laz. The main man himself going to kick things off well for ZETA, who's been a highlight player from start to finish. Now let's kind of roll back to what we were saying at the start here about G2 as well. Good first beginnings for ZETA there in that,
Well, we've got a little bit of time to talk about it, I guess.
Fantastic, good news. Nice to know we're back. All right, we got teased by the perfect start, however, it's fine. Talk to me about AvovA here, because there's something about him on the Omen that instantly catches your eye.
Yeah, it is. And again, this adjustment kind of incorporating Brimstone previously into this comp. I don't want to say it looked awful for them. But just in terms of kind of the stylistic approach that AvovA has to the game, in particular G2, how much variety there is to kind of defensive protocols. One of the big things, and I know Kuku just touched on this on the desk, is kind of allowing G2 to lean on kind of playing reactively, right? These one ways really cut off either lane, and unfortunately, more often than not, results in being punished if you do challenge it. But that's where AvovA has really shone for G2. So I actually like this adjustment back. It also kind of leans on the attack being a bit more all in, which is something that's interesting.
Okay, your endpoint there, and even just the wording reactive. Now, how does this play towards ZETA? Because these guys, I mean, you can't help but love their journey so far, right? You can't help but be enamored by the firepower they have, that raw capability that has been so apparent in their early games.
So,
how does this now match up with someone like G2? Let's say hypothetically how their style works. How does that kind of, I guess, go head to head?
I mean, the unfortunate thing for ZETA is that I think G2 have looked best with. They play with bravado. They're beasts, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they've been mean mugging on the way out.
If you poke the beast in the server, that's when G2 kind of just take things back to being chaotic and unorthodox. And unfortunately, G2 actually do thrive in those sorts of scenarios. So that's a real concern. I mean, just coming back to the veto as well. I know that this was discussed on the desk, but this for me needs to be ZETA in 2.
Really?
For me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're right. Considering what Icebox lost.
Yeah, because that is literally just bully gameplay for G2.
Give people context, right? Let's say they don't watch EMEA. Let's talk about some of the victims that have fallen foul to that G2 approach on Icebox, right? Like how many teams, like I don't think there's many that have actually stopped that almost belligerent approach, right? It's so almost ignorant to anything that people are willing to do. It's just headstrong play the whole way.
There is absolutely no flair to how G2 play Icebox.
Nothing pretty.
It's just vanilla. They literally just brute force their way onto a site, and they make no secrets about it. And the problem being actually was, I guess, the lack of adjustment in terms of their opponents, but whether or not ZETA Division are going to be the direct, I guess, counterpart to that, the opposite side to that. I'm not entirely sure.
So okay, on paper, right? Let's take some time. So we're going to just waffle. So chill out, guys. When we're back in game, you can unmute us. I take no offense. However, let's kind of then talk about on paper where we see this. So if it goes all three, you'd say G2 because of Icebox. Now, do you see reality? Because I do. And normally I'm, the boring one who's going to sit there and be like, I don't really care about Cinderella stories, but I do see a world where ZETA could win this. Like, in 2.
I hope Bren is smiling when he hears this, because I've literally been the only one in the green room that's just like backing these guys, even blindly. They have to take split, which I think is going to be really difficult. If they don't, they then have to take bind, which also the desk touched on has been another stomping ground for G2. And then you just look at it and it's like Icebox. And again, it's taking into consideration yesterday, there's an argument to be made, but I still don't necessarily feel confident about that.
They're still the underdog.
Yes.
That's a simple fact of the matter. An incredible run though, and it's something you have to pay to mind. And we've already seen how far that can go. Crew, right, have already proven in droves how far one of those performances can get you. So again, it is possible, and G2 are coming in cold, right? Like this is the first time they're on the stage. This is it. It's hey, welcome to the big leagues. Hope you don't mess it up.
ZETA have already run the gauntlet to get here, right? So they're almost kind of
they're
fired up. So that's a definite positive for them, and also actually comes back to almost questioning whether or not G2's performance will translate to that, right? This is the first stage environment, I guess, and it's the first big test for them.
Masterpiece.
Triangular
one on top of the box. That's what I mean. I like that skin though.
However, not quite a Shiko. A little bit of mud really. And we look towards ZETA in this round. So again, keep it simple, keep it clean, keep as much up for them. But they are walking into a stack. 4 players here. 4-1. Beautiful work. Quick work. TENNN. Straight through them. That's enough. You don't have to go too far. Wait for the rest of your team to come in and help you out. Nice. Reserve their hold for a second. Don't overpush. Keep standing. That's the money.
5-1 in like a matter of seconds.
Slaughtered, haven't they? So Meddo now just having to face the music. If he can take one with him, not too bad. Do the best you can. But ZETA are being smart about this. Do lose depth. Let's go next. And then swing together. Full stand. Lovely.
I mean, not even that big deal. Depth was doing a nice ball pistol into that round. So,
probably
a massive G2 there. And pretty clean on the way. I mean, it's TENNN just leading the charge for ZETA.
Last year it was TENNN, now it's TENNN. Meddo. Oh, that was not possible. It doesn't even fucking touch it. It's a fucking levitation. There's some invention marketing. For the lot. I can't really have to put it. Lot are here. I can't hear nothing. I don't know if you can hear my voice too. Hope you can. Oh my god, that's really loud. Gotta we take care of 2 wins.
There's that punch I was waiting for, that pause. I really like this from ZETA. They're not just kind of like, okay, it's only a bonus, we'll see what we can do. But this is really building tense and aggression. Pushing deep towards CT, going to take down mixwell, but there's still Meddo on the site. He's got 2 players to handle, he chooses the wrong target. It's game back, the 2v2. Spike in hand, the bomb going down. We now have... Yes.
Sage versus Sage. It's Raze versus Omen. Let's see what happens. That's what I wanted to say, but I can't say it out the freaking nose like that. Thing was going their side, which is making it do. Oh, one more. Oh, that was a really close one.
And I'm going to be honest, they are absolutely right finding that plant. To be honest, perfect play. The awareness again from TENN. To throw that blast back out, deals with the trap. The pulls actually looking into the window to be forced to face Sugar when he comes up from ropes. This is actually really, really well played. I'll never get the use of the wall to just create a second choke point here on site. It's unfortunate.
Oh, you can wall shot from there, I didn't know that.
Initially, so really
I knew you could wall shot from the up-taking party down one, but then I didn't know it could do it to the longer one too.
ZETA come out of that on top, to be honest. And look at the ultimate progress as well.
Really, no.
We've only really seen the A pieces coming out so far from ZETA, so we haven't seen the full.
No pun intended when I say that.
So well, wait to see the rest of
the first example we're seeing of some of these early round protocols I was talking about. One way outside.
Split. It's all about getting the mid so that you can split it.
See how much ZETA respect the setup of AvovA, whether he's even tested in the scenario.
Oh, a net, shot, a net.
Goes in and actually knows a little bit of pace as well, and G2 seeming to respect that. They seem to have to. Oh, the shot, the control, but mixwell there to fill the void. Eats the flash, has to back off the angle. ZETA are brawling on this.
So we'll come back across the B, but
it's
drifting away
now.
ZETA look as if they want to try and make their way through ropes once again. Meddo on the other side of this.
They could rush that too. They are
see if ZETA can actually isolate the kill here. Mixwell is the one, if anything, but it looks like A is the end goal here.
Pinch is coming in, you can see them.
It's a 2v2 right there.
Meddo's down, dead, quick. And nukkye though behind enemy lines. He's going to find one spot out the barrel, can't get the spray adjusted in time.
ZETA got a trade,
so it's a 3v2. Mixwell. Not quite there yet, but AvovA still holding his own. Support not coming anytime soon. AvovA still needs to play his life here. 15 seconds. The clock's the biggest enemy right now for ZETA. As AvovA punishes from the site.
G2 back from the dead. G2 back from the dead.
For them there. And 2 crucial kills. Again, after ZETA, to be honest, I don't know if that was just a split second when Meddo's looking at his mini-map, but completely caught off guard from rope speak. Fortunate there for ZETA not to find it. Again, a couple of them were tagged up. They're already damaged early on in the round, so
nasty.
AvovA cleans that up nicely. Nearly got off guard with the paranoia, to be honest with you, as a second. Well, I thought he was going to throw that out and get swung anyway.
It's an equal round for ZETA now.
Now, to me though, seeing AvovA playing like this so far is a good indicator for G2. Because I still think, to me, on Omen specifically, AvovA is one of the most clutch players you can see. Right, you can get them out of dodge, you can get them out of danger. I'd still say, you know, you've got to look at who's just right, the guy's got ridiculous talent, like 5 hour. Yeah. If you have like a 1vx, I want AvovA in it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's actually been quiet along G2's run to get here. It's I was going to say, you know, once every blue moon, he'll have that round that he just has absolutely. It's almost like forming. It's like the big bad wolf for G2. Yes. But that's the thing. I mean, if you put him in that clutch scenario, and there's quite often you just say, yeah, this is an AvovA round almost to say.
On the other side, though, early timeout for ZETA here. Now, their money has been depleted. They'll be down to sheriffs and maybe light armor or 2, but that's about it. Ult cycle coming through quite nicely, though. They're, what, 1 round off, essentially, from having the full deck if they want to run it. On the other side, not too dissimilar, honestly. mixwell just obviously invested his, so similar scenes across the board.
Yeah, and ZETA come into this over the showstopper to work with. Something that could be pivotal in this round with not an awful lot of equipment to throw at it. See here if we see any variety here. Actually a completely different setup on the defense from G2. It's AvovA and nukkye over here, expecting this one way. That's exactly what's going to come out. Well, we should just tuck up here. Oh, nukkye to take first contact. The wall invested actually immediately here on the back of no contact towards bottom mid. Now, weird thing being, I mean, ZETA haven't poked towards either side just yet. Straight away they set up in this default, they don't really show anything.
Committing B,
and then we'll drift towards B main.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be mixwell and
Meddo.
And of course they're hoodie up towards heaven.
Right now.
And well, no subtlety to this.
Oh,
no check to the left.
Good
trade though, Pro still going to get the job done. Finds mixwell, Meddo. Who disrupt at least a little bit of their plan, but you can see the Rares actually coming through here. They are not going into this by any half measures, but there's still problems. G2 are on the site, and this could be another issue if that just gets posted. Nonetheless, it still gets it. Meddo down. But look at hoodie waiting. Spice on the site, though. Seeker's going to come down and depth on the other side.
The show stops the show. Frick no. The showstopper stopped the freaking show for me. I don't like this shit, man. Don't load.
What does hoodie do? Too many targets, too little time. He needs to do something about it. As Seeker just a second away, the wall breaks. And now they all know where he's at. Sugar Zero going to find AvovA, and you're going to be looking at what's remaining, and it ain't much. nukkye and hoodie.
Ezra. So
this is ridiculous. The divide as well.
Sugar slipped through spawn as well. Again, they've completely mitigated the risk from this judge.
It was there for so long. Yeah, nukkye's found one, and there's still a chance this could all fall, but they have so many bodies on the site, and look at that Crow playing the wall perfectly. There's no chance, there's no shot at it. And the one thing I'll say about ZETA right now is they are playing every round like they have 100% chance at it. I love watching this side play so far. We've seen a really nice bonus round from them, and we've now seen pretty much a very small upgraded amount with a lot of ults behind it coming into play and converting the round.
Absolutely. I mean, the showstopper's available. You could argue mixwell's a little greedy there. Finds the first opportunity to TP out, and he actually double dips. That's just, you know, feeling that it is a thrifty round. There's not an awful lot of equipment to work with, but ZETA absolutely make that work when they had absolutely no right even getting through B main. The setup with theirs, G2 were ready to greet that very push.
And look at the money on the back of it. Look at that.
Now G2 with the
money for G2 so quickly. The way that ZETA are playing this, I can't help but love, because so many teams we see time and time again just kind of not necessarily throwing away thrifties, or, you know, the bonus rounds are just not quite high on the priority list, but watching them play this, they have such intent to it, and you can't help but respect that.
Yeah,
nukkye
that's true.
Cares not. He's gone for a walkabout
Most
middle of the time.
like really up on
does get confirmation, but does he know how close they
was freaking OP, man. 2 equal rounds,
at least
one
they're
by
gonna
one.
respect it.
Doing and having
G2
an
just
equal
as deadly
round,
in terms of converting thrifty rounds. We know that.
G2 one win
from the
EME8.
Again, ZETA with his very slow creep.
Doing an equal round. That was
sort of
nice.
time, and actually G2 going to put the wall up. This is the sort of protocols that we've been talking about. They're actually going to be walking into a 4-man stack here. ZETA, actually, I mean, this window of opportunity closed now.
Yeah. TENN's getting punished. Good timing from Hoodie to take that swing on the slow. nukkye up above. Ult to hand has to deliver it eventually. That's taking the other side, and ZETA may be feeling like, well, we've walked into a bit of a trap here, boys. This could be pretty problematic.
Depth now to follow through on this, but nukkye again just has to play deep. mixwell actually in a pretty interesting spot here, and he's actually going to backstab onto Laz. He finds a second as well. Depth will fall. G2 I mean, I called it just as deadly in a thrifty round. They managed to flip this one back, and
oh my god, everybody
somehow, some way,
right
ZETA stumbled. Like I said, that window of opportunity was there for a couple of seconds, but it just passed. I mean, the showstopper gets popped here. There's a slow orb. One of Mixwell's trap goes off. There's no way they can progress through main.
Back, because he gets 2 freaking kills. This killed the other 2.
Nice.
Nice.
G2 are so good for those crunches, though. Like you said, they post up, they feel nothing in mid, the wall goes up, it doesn't get challenged, nobody shoots at the wall. They know that they can just gamble stack either way. Unfortunately, G2, they're good gamblers.
You certainly are.
You got a kill.
We're already going to get the first pick here. TENNN gone. This mid control that they have been prioritizing is now being battled for. Nukkye is not backing down.
Sugar 0 there.
You do not want to get this man started. Nukkye is one of the most dangerous players out there. Depth though, looking sharp. But the timing too good for Nukkye. Not going to give it up. And now just Laz, superstar in the making himself. There's an isolated fight against AvovA. And you can see the aim still good. For the spike a mile away. And 3 more enemies for him to locate.
Someone's coming from the back.
Looks like G2 have a little bit of a buffer converting their...
Oh my god, don't load that much. I hate it when people... I have to load so much. The next time...
Previous thrifty, so damage not so important here.
Not gonna have to wait, I guess.
And Laz already got his ultimate online, so... Whether or not he's just going to try and hold on to this or force a couple of repurchases. He's walking into Meddo and Nukkye, though, they're already posted up waiting for this. Nice round. Nukkye popped his ult in the last round. He's already 3 away from another.
You got 3
That's the sort of thing you tilt G2 in a couple of rounds, they bite back immediately. Immediately.
And I think this is what you said at the very start of the game, though, is that they have this capability. And we saw the fact that ZETA have pushed them to that very early on. I think the conversion and the danger in a couple of these rounds that they maybe didn't expect there to be so much danger in has awoken them a little bit. G2 now need to bring a little bit of a higher game plan maybe than, not necessarily they'd expect, but they are being forced into doing it right back to them. Convert those thrifties, be dangerous in every single round.
Could be a turning point as well, because mixwell now has the operator online. Be him and AvovA to hold down a site, and actually looking as if he's going to swing on. He didn't actually spot the cross from TENN. We'll respect it. Well, he's a little scarred from that previous thrifty.